The sea was quieter than usual that evening. The sky was painted in deep indigo, with the moon hanging low, round and golden, casting its light across the calm water like a soft silver thread. Elias, the lighthouse keeper, sat in his old wooden chair by the fire, a thick wool blanket draped across his knees. His cat, Moss, purred in her usual spot near his feet. He held a warm cup of peppermint tea, watching the slow rotation of the lamp above, its beams sweeping across the ocean every few seconds. It was peaceful, just as it always was. But then, something stirred on the horizon, a faint glimmer, far out at sea. At first, Elias thought it was just a reflection, perhaps a wave catching the moonlight. But then it blinked once, twice. A rhythm, a signal. He leaned forward, narrowing his eyes. The blinking grew clearer, a distress light. Elias set his cup down gently and rose from his chair. The floorboards creaked softly beneath his slippers as he climbed the narrow spiral staircase to the top of the lighthouse. The lantern turned with its steady, comforting rhythm, and he opened the window hatch to feel the cool night air. Yes, there it was, a small vessel, bobbing and swaying, caught in the quiet chaos of the dark sea. Perhaps a fishing boat that had lost its bearings, or a pleasure craft that wandered too far. He looked again. Without hesitation, Elias reached for the old signal light panel, a system he had kept in working order, even though it hadn't been used in years. He adjusted the lenses and mirrors and pointed the beam directly toward the distressed ship. Then he began to pulse the light in a calm, deliberate pattern. Safe harbor this way, steady course. Come in close, you are not alone. Out at sea, the little light on the boat blinked back, slowly at first, then in rhythm. They had seen him. They were answering. Elias stayed at the window, guiding them in with light and silence. Each pulse from his beacon gave the crew something to steer by, something certain in the shifting dark. He watched as they moved closer and closer, until finally the shape of the boat came into view, small but sturdy. A family, perhaps. Lost, but safe. Elias flicked the final signal. Turn left at the rocks, safe waters now. And they did. The boat eased into the sheltered cove below the lighthouse, where the waves grew gentle and the wind calmed. Anchors were dropped. Figures waved up at him. Elias smiled softly, then closed the window hatch and descended the stairs. Back by the fire, Moss was still sleeping. The tea was lukewarm, but it didn't matter. He picked it up and took a sip, the taste grounding him in the stillness once more. Outside, the light above continued to turn, not because it had to, but because it was there, because it mattered. And Elias, the lighthouse keeper, kept his quiet vigil, steady, gentle, and sure.